All right, during our process of the removal, we found out that this is a peel and stick, really difficult to take off of the roof. So you have two options when this happens. One, like we did here, you can cut back the drip edge, remove the drip edge, and essentially just put a peel and stick base over top of it. The other option is to remove some plywood and redeck it. Having this first layer will help strengthen the deck. This one piece here we're removing because just had no other choice. It was just weak and didn't want to go over that. But next step is to put our base sheet on, which we use an APP peel and stick base, and we'll protrude it over the trim board. This here's our trim board hanging over our fascia. So when you put the APP base over, it's a 1x2. We'll put it over 1 inch to 1.5 inches. And then this will seal in the trim board, plywood, and fascia together and eliminate deck rot or roof rot or fascia rot or trim rot. Okay, so now that we got our first row on of our APP polyglass base, this is what I was talking about when I'm talking about protruding it over the edge of the trim board. And basically what I want to do is once the drip edge gets installed, this will cover over and it will leave it completely sealed with the plywood, fascia, and trim board itself. It'll seal them all together. That'll fold over nice and smoothly. And then we'll put our drip edge on. We'll trim that corner, tuck it in tight. All right, after we get our metal nailed like we want it, the next step, you want to do an asphalt primer. You don't want to use a lot. You don't have to completely make it black. You just kind of want to spray it straight. Now that we've got our base on, I can start playing with the torch. I don't have a striker, got an old dirty lighter that don't work anymore, so it works just as well, right? Just need a spark. What I want to do is I want to make sure that this entire roll gets welded. A lot of guys will not heat this enough. I like it to hang over at least 1 inch. So after I'm done, I can kind of go and do a hand check, reach down there, feel, make sure it's stuck to the metal, and then I can trim it all off even with that drip edge. This is how you want to torch it. A lot of guys will do the middle first, and then they'll come back and get the sides or the laps. I like to just go straight with it. I want to make sure I get my base. You can kind of see that plastic being burnt. Okay, now that I've got my torch torched in, I know that if I have anything loose like this corner, what I want to do is I want to cut it. I want it to be even with my drip edge. So I can go ahead and drag this across here. Now I can feel and try to feel where anything's loose. And if I find the loose one, oh, like right there, it identifies itself. Another thing on these ends is you want to just kind of cut this back. They call it dog ears. You want to cut that little dog ear back. When you have a trowel, you'll pull that piece back with a trowel. You'll heat this up, you'll step this down, and you'll butter this in. Same thing with the bottom edge. Always go around checking your bottom, your laps on your metal. As you can see here, this is almost a continuous bleed out. Typically, we'll have somebody with a 4-inch roller and a pole, and they'll be behind you kind of making sure you're making contact. I don't have that luxury today. I'm kind of on my own, so I'm gonna go ahead and do it the way I know how to do it and get it done.